Do you know who holds the record for the most threes in a game? Most of you might say it's Steph Curry, but no folks, it's Klay Thompson with 14 back in 2018. Amazing, isn't it? I mean, some people even reckoned he was better than Curry too. Fast forward to 2024, and Klay just went 0 from 10 field goals attempted in probably his last game for the Warriors. What a fall from grace. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about what the heck actually happened to Klay Thompson. Why did his game drop so quickly? So much so that his fans are now calling him washed. Was it the injury, or does he still have more in the tank? Well, stick around till the end as we answer these questions and more, as we delve into the various intricacies surrounding the presumed soon ex-Warriors player. Without further ado, let's go. Before we talk about Klay Thompson, let me give you a rundown of how the season ended. If you're a Warriors fan, this video will be a tough pill to swallow. As you all know, the Kings have been pretty much irrelevant compared to the Warriors for the last decade. They've won most of the games between the two, and have been by far the better team. To get knocked out 118-94 in a must-win game by them is quite embarrassing if I'm being honest. No disrespect to the Kings, they deserve to win, but the fact that the Warriors won the championship just a couple of years ago, and now got knocked out by a team that was more or less irrelevant as potential champions, goes on to show the impact of this Warriors defeat in the grand scheme of things. But what was the reason behind this loss? Sure, the Warriors were quite subpar, and you can't expect Steph Curry to bail them out every time. Sure, he had a decent scoring game, but he caused a lot of turnovers too. Anyhow, at least he scored, as he's always done, and dragged the Warriors, keeping them in for a late comeback, which never came. But honestly, the real reason behind their loss was Klay Thompson. Call me harsh, but the fact that he missed all 10 shots in the must-win game goes to show how much he's dropped off when it comes to performance. Speaking of Klay's performance, in my opinion, he's been subpar all season. Scratch that, he's been subpar ever since he got back from injury. If you look back at his post-injury games, he's never found consistency in his game. Sure, he might have a few amazing games, but he's never been consistent. He even lost his starting place in the lineup to a rookie, Brandon Podziemski. Honestly, his performance in probably his last game as a Warriors player really summed up the end of his career in the Bay. Did you know that this game marked his first scoreless outing since his rookie season? Now that's crazy. Imagine doing that for the first time in the last game of your boyhood franchise. A really sad ending, not gonna lie. But that's not all, folks, as he, in potentially his last game, also set a record for the most missed shots, without a make by a Warriors player in over 50 seasons. Sheesh. That's a stat you don't really need to be tied with you. Goes on to show how 2 full seasons lost a knee, and Achilles injuries can disrupt the game of a player of his quality. And trust me, Klay was really quality. In fact, he was once the best shooter in his team. And to be that, when you have Steph Curry as your teammate, you really go on to show how good he was. I mean, you can make a whole documentary of his historical moments for the Warriors. I'm sure you all remember the stunning 37-point third quarter against the Kings in 2015. It was just crazy, wasn't it? But that's not all. Do you all remember the jaw-dropping 60-point game against Indiana? Or the record-breaking 14 threes he dropped against the Bulls? But most importantly, those 11 mesmerizing three-pointers in the 2016 Western Conference Finals against Oklahoma City. These games won the Warriors championships, and he really deserves all the respect from them. In fact, they should make a statue of him at the Bay. That being said, all things must come to an end. And if the Warriors want to rebuild and get back to their usual winning ways, they need to part ways with Klay and go for a much better and younger guard. So why did this happen? We've already discussed how his downfall was mostly due to his injury, which not only proved to be a long hiatus from regular NBA basketball for Klay, but also really affected his game too, and he never recovered from it. Moreover, in my opinion, Klay has lost confidence. Previously, he had that swagger, that confidence in him that he would score wherever he opts to shoot from. He was someone who loved to take shots and made them a lot. Now I think he's lost that confidence. Moreover, he's also not willing to change his game style. I mean, previously his greatness was mostly because of his ability to make shots from all over the court. Take that away and you have a pretty much average player. But I know a lot of you will be arguing that he was not as bad for the last 2 years as he was this season. Well, mostly because of his age, I guess, but another big factor is him losing his spot in the starting lineup. And that too by a rookie. That can really mess up your confidence. I guess that's why his performance even worsened this season. Now, what does the future hold for him? Well, he was on a 5-year, nearly $190 million contract. Yes, I know, with all due respect, he literally was earning this whilst being injured most of the time. We all know, based on his current form, that the Warriors won't go for the same contract again, let alone reward him even more. Of course they would want a pay cut, if they decide to keep him. In my opinion, they should keep him if he's willing to stay on with a pay cut, as he will really help mentor the new guards, and can also assist himself, as he can still be a beast on his day. Interestingly, according to various reports, there's a deal on the table. Did you know that last off-season the Warriors offered Klay a 2-year, $48 million extension, signaling a potential recalibration of his role and contract? Now that's a huge pay cut if you ask me, but it's fair nonetheless. Based on the salary cap, they will have to renew Kuminga and Podziemski soon, which will really cost a lot. So they cannot afford for Klay to be expensive, especially if he's misfiring. Klay has reportedly said that he will be open for a reduced role, but I doubt he will take the $48 million extension. I am sure he would want a better deal in the twilight of his career. In fact, looking at his face as he looked around the court before leaving the Kings game really portrayed his feelings. The sunken face and the hunched shoulders really showed that he has accepted that his time with the Warriors, although mostly amazing, but come to an end now. But you never know, he might change his mind. We all know how the team loves him. Curry has openly declared his support for his Splash brother. He might even stay given the respect and brotherhood he has in the locker room. So in the end, before we leave, let me ask you something. What do you think? Will Klay accept a pay cut with the Warriors, knowing his peak years may be behind him? Or will he go for a team that reportedly wants him, like the Magic, and can offer a better salary package to see out the rest of his illustrious career? The ball is in Klay's court, awaiting his next move in July's free agency frenzy. Guess we'll have to wait and watch. Thanks for taking the time to watch our video. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new video from us. If you did enjoy the video, give it a like and leave a comment. And if you have any suggestions or requests, let us know in the comments. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you in the next one.